Hi everyone, Brienne here from Pigment, and today I'm going to be coloring a piece from a wonderful artist. Her name is Alena Lazareva. She has given me special permission to color this beautiful dragon, to do a little bit of a tutorial on how to color dragon scales. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. You can find her works on Amazon and on Etsy. The links will be provided under this video. So let's get started. We'll get to the dragon scales very shortly. I'm actually going to start with just doing my background and getting that out of the way, because even though I'm focusing on the dragon scales, I am going to actually finish completing this entire piece. So let's get started. So I'm going to go to my fill tools and I'm going to pick out my fade here, and I'm going to pluck some colors and just kind of play with color for my background. I know that I want to get like a sunrise, sunset feel. I want some light coming out over the head. I'm going to use the light to reflect off the scales here. So I want to make kind of like a sun or light rather coming from the background. So let's get started with that. I'm just going to tap some color with the fade tool and get it in there. You can also drag the fade across. All the times I tap, but you can also drag it across to get the desired look that you want. Entirely up to you. I'm just going to use this. I'm not worrying about getting color in these other areas because I will be going over them. For now, I'm just focusing on getting my background done. We'll go over everything after. Oops, don't want to do that. Nope, don't want to do that either. So I'm going to grab blue. That's what I need for this. And I'm just trying to get the light in layers here coming behind the dragon. Some orange coming from sides, and I'm just using the bloom tool, and I'm just you press down and then pull out to where you want it to be. You can even just tap it as well, but I find you have more control if you drag it yourself. No, I think that's about kind of want a little bit of a brighter yellow here. Let's go to the pigment palettes. I really like this golden color from Summer Essence. I use it a lot. It's really nice. Yellow. Okay, now I'm going to blend this up a bit with the airbrush tool, and then I might use the blender as well. So I'm using airbrush right now, just because I want to get some nice sunset colors across that you can't quite do with the bloom and the fade. I want it to be very kind of random. So I'm just using this bright pink here to get these nice bright pinks in the sky. Don't be afraid to zoom in. I'm just playing with these oranges and yellows here. I will be using light effects after as well, like the plasma and the laser. I will be using that. I'm just pressing very gently, kind of blending these colors the way I would like them for my sky. Just gonna get some little bit of orange going over here. A little bit of orange kind of going out through the sky. So, in fact, when we're done, you'll see that there'll be a very nice kind of light reflection going on this dragon. It's almost like I want the head of the dragon to be in front of the sunset. This is what I'm going for anyway. So I guess I'll be touching base a little bit on light reflections as well. I really want like a pinky sunset. Those are actually my favorite to see in real life. It's a nice, beautiful pink sky. Now I'm just going to try something out here. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it or not. I'm going to grab my watercolor. And I'm going to grab this light cream here. I'm just going to bring it down. I don't want my brush size too high. I don't want my opacity too high. So I'm just bringing those down. I'm adjusting as I go. So I'm take out my plasma there for a second. Just kind of want to have like one bigger cloud just kind of going across the sky. I do want a little bit of a gray in here though. So I want to give the illusion of like it's getting night, like a darker cloud. I don't want it to be and then I'm going to grab my white. And the white's going to stand out and give a layered effect to the clouds. That's why I don't start off with white when I do clouds. I do clouds quite a bit in my pictures. If there's a sky, I like to do clouds and practice them. I'm just doing it in this one because I want a dramatic background with this dragon here. So that's what I'm going for. I wasn't going to as a last minute decision here. And I'm playing with brush size and opacity for these clouds. Adjusting up and down. And you want to have these layered colors like clouds. Whenever you're doing something, think of it as dimensional. When you look at a cloud, it's not all white even though it seems white. There will be other colors giving you those layers and those dimensions where you see the puffs and the poofs and everything. So always try to think of or envision what things really look like, and it'll really take you a long way. Okay, so just a little bit more of a touch up over here. And then that's it for the cloud. I'm not doing the big spiel with it. I just want that one kind of cloud in the background. And I'm getting my background done first because you don't want it bleeding into all the work that we're going to put into this dragon later. So now I'm going to go and get this cream color again. I'm going to bring it all the way down. I'm going to go to the plasma tool. And right behind here, I just want to kind of get this little illusion of light going on here. Try not to make it look too yellow. I do want a little bit in there. And just as though this dragon head is like right where the sun is getting ready to set. And I just want to deepen up that blue there. Just get these corners. Really want the illusion that night will be setting in any moment now. I'm just using, I just noticed that they're a bit jagged, so I'm just using the plasma to smooth out my outer edge. It's cool. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna do for the background for right now. I got my main parts in. I can always adjust it a little bit and do some stuff with it later. So for right now, I am going to, if I could stop playing with these clouds. Of course, I had to draw on my screen while I was adjusting. Typical move of mine. Okay, so now I am going to color in this dragon. I made a palette specifically for it, so I'm going to go to my colors, and I called it Dragon's Eye, although it's more than just the dragon's eye, it's the entire dragon. And I had the idea to do kind of a bluey, purplish, pinkish dragon. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but I'm going to try. I'm going to go to my airbrush. I've got my dark blue here, and I'm just going to fill it in. I'm filling it in with the airbrush because I like the way airbrush blends with my other tools, where my opacity should be up. And it's very easy to fill in big spaces quickly as well, because the harder you press, the more it kind of outreaches. So we're just filling in these scales. Being a little bit more careful towards the edge. Not worried about the eye or anything like that. That'll be done after. I just want this nice, rich, dark blue as a base for this dragon. What an amazing drawing this is. It's so well done. Oops, hit the erase button. I keep on doing that. Off, erase button. Just the way my arm is, I keep on hitting it. So I'm just going to continue filling in this dragon. I don't want to cover up this butterfly too much because I want to be able to see where it's quite a dark color. Although I'll probably lighten it up, I don't want to lose where my little butterfly dude is. Go with the scales and keep the edges if they're popping out. Go with it. I want to keep all those rugged edges. Erase button again. Okay, so our dragon is filled in. So now that we got this nice deep blue, it doesn't look like much right now, but it will start to transform. So we're going to start picking some of these lighter shades and working them in, and we're going to kind of layer colors going up. And to add texture, I'm now going to switch over to the pencil tool. I use the pencil tool a lot for doing foliage, fruits, all that kind of stuff. Today I'm going to be using it to add texture to the dragon, and I'm going to be using other tools along with the pencil tool to accomplish this. So we started with this beautiful dark blue here. I don't want to go super light just yet. I would like to get some of this purple in here. It's almost like a purpley blue, and I'm just running it over top of individual scales just to test it out and see what kind of effect comes through, which I kind of know what's going to come through, and it's going to make your scales really pop when you add these layers. Don't go in between the lines. Leave that dark color that's sitting in between there, leave it. It's gonna, with the dark in the background and the light popping over top, it's gonna make your dragon look pretty sensational, and you don't want to lose that. So keep that dark color in behind. That's one reason why I start with my darkest color first. I do that with hair a lot too, although with hair, I will say that I do, even though I start with a dark color, I will go back and add shadows if needed be. But right now, let's just get some color on these scales with a little bit of a tease affair here. But it's going to turn out so lovely. So I'm just adding color. And I've got my opacity down a little bit because I don't want to come in too bold right off the hop. I do kind of want to ease into, I'm just going to use the spot over here with the blue in here. So I'm just trying to ease in, because I'm going to be putting lighter shades over top of this. It's going to be layering. It's really you're gonna see how this transforms. I think with digital coloring, it must be said that if you do want to get realistic approaches, learning to layer colors and textures is a really great start. No matter what you're doing, it's really a good start to learn layering process. And I need a bigger brush size here. Pretty little better. So you see, it gives you hints when you're coloring grayscale. I can already tell that this is going to be a light area. That's why I decided to do a sun like set rise or whatever in the background, because you can see there's very little shading across the nose. So that's what kind of gave me the idea to do that in the background. I kind of look at my picture before I start and just get ideas by how the artist laid out the picture, right? So there will be some definite lighter colors here. I'm actually really excited to do this piece. I love coloring stuff like this, so fun. Love anything fantasy. I'm just going over. I'm just going to zoom out for a sec just to show you how it's already. I've only done my first layer of color, and look at how much it's already starting to pop. It's pretty crazy. I'm really glad I chose that blue. I'm really digging the blue underneath. It'll be a very cool looking dragon, I hope. And I picked out this palette for this, so I haven't made a palette in a while, so I felt brave and said, why not? The pencil tool, because you see the way that see the strokes, the way that they give that texture, and that's why I'm using it to instead of just using airbrush or technical pen, I'm using pencil. This is a free tool too that you can use if you're not a premium user. And there's so much that you can do with it. It's actually pretty awesome to get it for free because I love the pencil tool. I use it for a lot. I didn't always, but I do now, and I don't know how I ever went without it, to be honest. So we're using our pencil tool to get in all these little, you can see the letter areas on the scale, like right there and there. And I'm not filling in all the way, and I'm not pressing hard either. I'm using medium pressure, and I'm just pressing that color naturally in there. I want a very natural shading look, highlighting look. And look at how great that's looking already. It's already coming to life. So we're just going to continue doing that with these lighter areas of dark, light. Go around the lighter area. Dark, light. Go on the lighter area. Lighter area. Lighter area. Lighter area. And just keep on doing that. pieces like this are for grayscale are fun to color because I do a lot of portraits, and doing something like this, doing an animal portrait or side view of this beautiful dragon, it's a very refreshing, nice change, and it's a good way to practice different techniques. And when you try different techniques and they work out, then all of a sudden you start looking at pictures differently, and you have all this knowledge of tools, so you want to use it and do your pictures differently. So I really do recommend experimenting and having fun. It shouldn't be a chore, it should be fun. You're being creative and having time to yourself. It takes a while, what I'm doing, but it's fine. I don't mind. And I'll just zoom out. Now look at the difference. See that shading in the background, that dark from that darker blue that I started with? How it's just coming through over top that purple. Really something. This is going to be popping big time. Just going over some spots I noticed that I could have hit. Okay, now we're going to go down, just adjusting here. Now we're going to go down to the neck. The neck doesn't need as much highlighting, but you still want to get those, still want to get that color in there. The scales are almost seem a little bit flatter dimensionally with the way this picture is. I'm going to just put down, bring it that past a bit, bring down my brush size a bit here. No, not that much. Maybe not. The only way to know is to try, then you know what you need. I know some people, they give exact opacities to use, and I do use them in certain instances. I really do. But when it comes to certain things, I just kind of play with it up and down. Like, I don't even know what opacity I'm on right now. I just know that this is the size I need from trying it. I just have a way with it, I guess. But whatever works easiest for you. It's easiest to know exactly what size you need to use, go for it. Whatever is going to make the process most fun and most comfortable for you. Okay, so we're getting to the base of the neck here. Now let's pop out. Oops, let's pop out. And look at that. You really see this piece starting to come together here. And we're not even really close to done, really. So now I'm going to go back here, and where I see light areas, I'm going to do the same thing. Get that purple color in there. There's the ear. And highlight that. I just brought down my brush size a bit. These scales are pretty, they're pretty small. And that's it for now. We'll be back shortly.